Last time on the story of Joseph. Potiphar's wife continuously tried to seduce Joseph, but Joseph would have none of that. Of course, our hero Joseph refused her until the very end. But Potiphar's wife soon became very frustrated. One day, as she tried to seduce him once more, she grabbed onto his cloak. At this, Joseph ran away in fear. But the evil wife did not stop here. If she could not have Joseph, nobody could. So when her husband Potiphar returned home, she framed Joseph. Hearing that Joseph tried to hurt his wife, Potiphar became very angry. He hunted Joseph down and threw him in prison. And so today, we find our hero in a cold, damp prison cell. But God was watching over Joseph. In fact, he had never left him. God loved Joseph very much, and so he made the prison warden like Joseph. And soon, Joseph was put in charge of the entire prison, and was successful in everything that he did. One day, the Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and baker were sent to Joseph's jail for making very bad mistakes. And that night, both of these men had very strange dreams. When Joseph went to check up on them, he saw that they were very, very worried.
Hey, what's wrong? Why do you look so worried?
We both had some strange dreams last night, and we don't know what they mean. We're scared.
Ah, you see, God can tell you what those dreams mean. Here, tell me your dreams, and I will ask God.
And so, the cupbearer began to explain his dream to Joseph.
In my dream, there was a gigantic grapevine. It had 3 branches that were just beginning to blossom. Very soon, clusters of delicious grapes began to appear. In my hand, I had Pharaoh's cup. I had a brilliant idea. I grabbed some grapes, squeezed them into the cup, and gave the cup of fresh grape juice to Pharaoh. A great idea, right?
God told Joseph what this dream meant, and so Joseph explained it to the cupbearer.
The 3 branches in your dream mean 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will take you out of prison and give you a second chance. Oh, and when everything is good, please remember what I did for you. Could you ask Pharaoh to come and get me too? That would be great.
Next, it was the baker's turn, and the baker saw that Joseph had told the cupbearer some good news, and so the baker was very excited as he told his dream to Joseph.
In my dream, there were 3 baskets of bread in my head. This bread was for Pharaoh, but suddenly these nasty words came and ate my bread. What could this mean?
Joseph had some very bad news for the baker.
The 3 baskets in your dream mean 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will come and take away your life. You will be tied to a tree, and there will be birds all around you. I'm sorry.
3 days later, Pharaoh was in a very happy mood. It was his birthday, and so he went to Joseph's jail and gave the cupbearer a second chance, just like Joseph said he would. He then told the guards to take the baker away, just like Joseph said he would. Do you remember what Joseph asked the cupbearer? Yes, it was to tell Pharaoh about him, so that Pharaoh could come get him out of prison as well. The thing is, the cupbearer was so happy that he forgot all about Joseph. So, Joseph stayed in jail. 2 years later, on a dark and cloudy night, Pharaoh had a strange dream. He was standing by the Nile River and saw 7 sleek and fat cows eating grass among the reeds. Then he saw 7 ugly and skinny cows eating the 7 fat cows. Pharaoh woke up and wondered what the dream meant. He then fell asleep once more, only to have another strange dream. In his second dream, Pharaoh saw 7 healthy heads of grain growing on a single stalk. They looked very yummy. But then, 7 thin and burnt grains came out of the ground and swallowed up the 7 healthy ones. Pharaoh was terrified, and nobody could explain the dreams to him. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered that a man named Joseph had explained to him his dream about the grapes. And the cupbearer quickly told Pharaoh about Joseph, and Pharaoh immediately sent someone to get him. When Joseph heard that Pharaoh wanted to see him, he shaved his beard and put on his best clothes. As soon as Pharaoh saw Joseph, he became very excited. Finally, someone could explain to him his weird dreams. But Joseph quickly said,
I can't do anything alone, but with God's help, I can do anything. Tell me about your dreams.
And so Pharaoh told Joseph about the 7 fat cows, the 7 skinny cows, the 7 healthy grains, and the 7 burnt grains. Joseph then began to explain.
Your 2 dreams mean the same thing. The 7 fat cows and 7 healthy grains mean 7 years. For 7 years, you will see great prosperity. Your farms will have many vegetables and animals to eat. But there's also bad news. The 7 skinny cows and 7 burnt grain also mean 7 years. After 7 good years, there will be 7 bad years. Your farms will grow nothing. There will be a great famine. God showed you 2 dreams to show that he will really do all these things.
Pharaoh was very scared, so he immediately began to get ready for the famine. He told his farmers to put 20% of their crops into the reserves. Pharaoh knew that Joseph was a smart man, and so he put Joseph in charge of Egypt. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you. I hereby put you in charge of the whole land of Egypt. Here, take my ring, these fine robes, and a gold chain. Please save our country. Pharaoh also gave Joseph a new name, and a beautiful wife named Asenath. Joseph and Asenath soon had 2 sons named Messana and Ephraim. You see, boys and girls, God loved Joseph very, very much. He started as a prisoner, but became Pharaoh's assistant in the end. Let's trust God like Joseph did. The end.